Live.
Here it is.
Oh,
Here we go, boys. It's live.
Mid to B?
2 nade sets. Yeah, it's looking like a mid B.
Is that upper B lurk smoke?
compLexity has to be one of the teams that uses most utility out of pretty much anyone in pistols. Surely. Feels like every time you at least have 2 players stacked up with 3 nades.
I feel like 2 nade sets on Dust 2 is pretty standard, actually, just because like if you go long, you could do either double smoke the cross, or you could do one at the brick hat, and then one deep spawn as well, and then you need the flashes to really get you across that area. Same thing with B, like you need a mid to B smoke, and then maybe you need a smoke to enable you to get out upper B.
I'm pretty sure compLexity does it on pretty much every map we've seen them play so far. Which I guess is a bit of a limited database, but yeah, did so on Inferno 2 at least.
Here's the mid to B smoke, and then they're going to go up B with a lurk smoke and a flash as well, it seems like. 4B with Glocks just getting in their faces. I don't know if I like... G2's got a pretty good setup against this, and...
3 inside B, that should be enough.
Should be.
Yeah.
Especially with a guy back Platsu.
Maybe compLexity could have taken Cat
nice.
first.
Oh.
They're just getting ripped by Smiths, and Smith has been playing this spot for the last 10 years, so I don't know.
I told you guys, G2, wrap it up. It's a wrap.
GG.
I'm gassed.
GG.
Told you,
That's it.
5 alive.
That's it. Wrap it up.
I'm gassed.
I feel like every time you roast a player, he has a nice round. It happens this whole tournament.
Did you roast him?
Smiths? You guys said he's been playing this spot for 10
So
years.
I don't.
Yeah, no, that was saying like
It's
he
good.
knows that
He
spot.
knows
Like
his-
that's one of the that's one of his good spots. Like I remember playing him there.
One of his
in
good
2010 in
spots,
Source,
Josh,
right?
Really? One of his good spots?
What up?
He has
So
plenty.
so
The
rude,
only
so
good spot.
rude. Yeah.
What, the only good spot? Like what do you want me to
No.
say? Like one of his good spots.
You're
What did
limiting
coL
him,
do
right?
with the second set of nades? Like, first of all, they peeked before Stanislav's flash over. Like, why didn't they just peek with the flash and then just nade Smiths?
I bet what they were gonna do was use it to
For
deny the
door?
retake, so that they could flash window, take pop shots from the window, smoke the door, and just make it really difficult for the CTs to If you're retaking B with USPs against Glocks and one of your choke points is smoked out, it's so difficult. So I bet that's what they were thinking in that moment.
Long A spawn, 5 AKs. See what happens.
Rushing pit. Oh, that's the boy. Going for it. Not gonna.
Nice corner smoke. That's sick. Well done.
I think it's just late. Maybe?
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
Really,
that's
really
not an
late.
issue.
It's coming. Oh, it's not there.
All right. Existence out and about. A bit of an adventure. That's something you see Shocks do every now and again, or used to at least on Dust 2.
Thing is, I actually think that Existence has like some of the worst judgment out of it
I
seems
like
like
the
he
mid-repush.
always makes bad individual
Yeah.
plays. Like he always goes for the play, and it's always like super risky at the wrong time.
I like that mid repush by Kenny.
Yeah, it's totally unexpected.
Yeah.
So what do you guys make of the economy change?
I think it makes the game more interesting. I think it makes playing CT side cash more palatable.
yeah.
Like CT side cash before was just like, oh, if you don't win pistol, you're just
It's
like,
like,
oh,
it's like a
God.
6-8 game.
You know,
I think double locking on CT cash is so important, and you need nades for like any sort of play. You can't just play it just straight up. So yeah,
So basically, you wouldn't do the third round buy-in.
we force bought both maps, second round. Whereas yesterday we saved both times or like all 3 times, and we would buy third round. I think there's like variation. I think teams are able to do like a combination of different things. And I don't think there's anything that's right or wrong objectively. I think it's up to the map, the teams, just like if you're feeling it or not. Like if you're feeling it, you lose pistol and you just get deagles and scouts in the second round. I think that's completely viable on a whole slew of different maps. So I think it's just up to like individual judgment on that specific day. It's like, are you feeling it or not? Yes or no? Because CS is all about just like flow and just feeling things in a lot of situations. If you're feeling it, do it.
it's just skin.
It's just skin,
There
just
he
nerve
is,
endings.
Back at his
Who wouldn't want to have an
prime
orgasm?
position.
Am I
Oh
going too
no,
far
4
with that?
people out mid. Ooh, no armor. It gets the immediate trade. This could be
This is
sketch.
Smith's
One guy in
round.
B.
This is Smith's round, bro.
It's
Tearing
weird
them
that
apart.
Existence was outside the doors in that situation. Like I feel like it would have been safer if he was in the sight side of doors, where he have a fallback option at the very least.
Yeah, he could do this.
Doable.
He's known for this.
Daggle
Oh.
Not gonna happen.
drops
Well.
with the super flank.
I feel like in FPL, you just boom, boom, just wins
They're
that
both
round
blink,
immediately.
they're both dead.
Whenever I see Ye or his name, I just think,
imagine
yeah.
him being so happy.
And you
Because
should
of the major interviews, right?
you should have heard Ye during the minor qualifiers. He was
Oh,
easily the loudest person in the entire arena every single day.
I think he won the hearts of Reddit too.
I
Not
would
gonna
be- I
lie.
would be surprised.
Definitely
Yeah.
did.
Feel like it's just hard to stay even keeled if you're just super loud when you win. Like it's it's much easier to just be mellow the whole time and just not get too
Like a
down, not
proper
get too
Finn.
up about anything.
That's the Finn in you though, Tommy.
I used to be really loud when I played at first, and then I looked at the Swedes who are always just like,
Just loud. Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Remember when we did the heart rate thing with Matt? Matt is just AFK all the time.
And yeah, and mine's at a
It's like peaking.
mine's the
It's-
baseline is
he's literally
90
breaking the
beats per minute. When
software,
I'm
bro.
playing,
It
my
is so bad.
baseline of my heart rate is 90 beats per minute, and then when a stressful situation comes, it goes up to like 120. It's not even like I'm in a clutch. It's I'm watching something unfold, and I'm just like, oh
This is a
God.
grimy setup. I like this. I wonder if that guy hasn't peaked yet. They're gonna flash,
there a
and he's gonna
flash?
jack.
Ooh, he got jacked up.
the
I think they threw that too
flash.
early. Yeah, they threw that flash
take
for him too early.
I remember
a good
we
idea.
were retaking long one time against Navi, and we did the flash, and the flash gave it away that we were trying to do that.
Yeah, I
Um,
chewed you out for that.
you did. What did you think about them doing that there? G2 flashing.
I
You
mean,
think
they
you should
didn't
just,
have
like,
any
walk PK
choice.
so they don't know.
They don't have any choice there because they're caught in no man's land. They
No,
have
because
to.
the guy was long the whole time.
Well, they're splitting mid to B now, so
Yeah, complexity went mid to B, and I reckon it
Looks
was
like
like
they're
an
slow.
audible off of that. Like, oh, they just retook long. Let's go out mid to B now. We know there's one A site and one long.
Did you just say you reckon? It was an audible
like
off
that
of that.
word.
I just
Yeah.
want to make sure you
I
use the
I
word
like
reckon.
that word.
That was good. Solid
I'll
usage.
add it to my
Well, I lived in England for over a year, so
I
I
reckon
picked
the
up
the
some
gun
of
was
the
at B.
vocabulary, including some of their slang.
That might be why he called it mid to B, because of that flash.
Wait, are you
Right.
taking
Okay,
the piss
so
out of me?
Smiths
No,
in
no, man.
existence have
That's
lost their site
Yeah, I
once
said
now.
I reckon it was an audible
That's
to go mid
once.
to B because they
We'll
knew
note it
one was
down.
A and they
That was
retook
very
long. Hello, are you there?
No, I'm not
Let's
sure.
try and keep track of negative statistics. Like, all right, so Smiths.
You're really
in-
getting into the groove of things,
Yeah, I'm
James.
trying
I'm
to-
liking this.
trying to
Quick
change.
learner.
Yeah, no, he's right in there. I mean, to be fair, you have experience broadcasting with Pro League as well, so he's already had a taste in that sense, right?
Yeah, but it was my first time, and I was like, like all
Happy-go-lucky.
exuberant and like, "Ee, like this
yeah.
is great,"
You learn quick to let that die.
to die inside,
Yeah. Much like all of us.
to wake me up so I can die inside. Body's still sitting on 0-3 after our long conversation about him. Shock's 10-0.
Oh, man.
Ooh, yeah, that round at long where Shox was farming on the eco was really difficult.
Where did
Yeah,
he
all
go?
kills are not equal.
That's why you have that KPI or whatever. What is it? The 16-0 stuff?
KPI.
It's not KPI. It's.
Shock's just banged
I
Stan
really should
out.
remember this.
Yeah, you probably should.
Oh well.
Oh.
PRI.
PRI, yeah.
PRI.
What does that stand for?
Talking about him?
I don't remember what it stands for.
Basically, it like weights
He snuck out
how
here.
important
Yeah.
the kill was. Like, was it a 5 versus 5? Was it a 1 versus 5? Like, and it just weighs that
Power ranking.
Yeah, it's just like, was this kill impactful or not, and why? Like,
This is sketch. I wonder if he's gonna get a flash. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, he's.
Ooh! Silence M4, man.
He's
It's coming
So can we
back.
still say he has bad individual skill, even though they knew he was there
2 kills.
and they weren't blind?
Because of that one round? Yeah.
Remember,
we
we're
could
always.
we
It
could
was
probably
the
chalk
worst.
that up to like that
Well,
being like
you know,
consistent thing.
Smith's also got 3 kills on the pistol,
That's
so
true.
actually they have 4 really skilled players now.
To be fair, I didn't actually say any of them were bad. I said they were back in their meta, like they're still behind in the meta.
Stuck
They
in the
haven't
past.
evolved.
I think you did make a comment about like the like something about the
I
skill.
compared to complexity, they're less.
Skilled head to head.
It's pretty
Or pound
measurable,
for
huh?
pound.
I said they
skill
were-
is pretty measurable.
12-0
Because if
shots.
I'm measuring that, existence seems pretty. Body's still
They
sitting
got-
on 0
Ooh.
with a 14 ADR.
That's 2
not a
nades.
lot.
But if his team's ahead, it's it's forgiven.
It's fine for the time being.
He could be doing something right still.
It's one of these halves that looks incredibly bad for coL, because the only round they won was one where they got their picks from G2 pushing. And, like, they didn't actually do anything to win. You know, they just got the kills when they were peak.
Nice game.
And outside of that, like, they've really done nothing here. Look, Buddy got a kill. It's round. It's
Buddy got a
round.
kill.
Looks like
tagged up.
compLexity is really favoring this long though. Like the past couple of rounds, they're focusing on getting long control.
Nice molly. Exploded in the air.
Oh,
Can
someone's
still be
already
blue
upper
bin.
B. Existence already upper B is going to kill
practice
someone.
that.
Actually, tell me
Let's
if
go
I'm
T
crazy
spawn.
here, Josh, but ever since the new Dust 2 came in, spawn timing, or I guess, yeah, basically like the run time to the corner of Long Cave is longer
That's
for T's
unfortunate.
than what it used to be.
I
Like
don't-
ever so slightly.
You mean the T's used to be able to beat the CTs, and now the CTs
Yeah, a
beat the
little bit,
T's?
yeah, right?
Um,
Obviously, it's a little bit spawn dependent
I
still, but I
honestly
think
don't
for
even
like
remember.
majority case, I think T's are worse off now.
the best CT spawn will always beat the best T spawn.
Yeah.
To the corner / the doors to peek the corner.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure, like,
Hey, was it like
just,
that before? That's a good question.
I don't actually remember.
too.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure, like, just overall in general, that it's actually worse for T's right now to actually go for that immediate long take, even with
What
the
is Spitz
pretty
doing?
spawn.
Man, I was in a DM before with him, and he was hitting every shot.
Who? Which one?
Stanislav. Peter.
DM aim versus
Pizza.
game aim is a whole different animal.
It's true. That's why I rarely DM. Why get shot in the back on Dust 2?
Why prepare for match on
Look at that individual skill, just killing in midair. By the way, someone on your team got destroyed on Cash CT pistol, where they were throwing the checker smoke and then jumped back down the ramp from heaven. CT side Cash pistol and got gooshed midair. Mid
Is that
jump,
why
like
the
going
flash
down
came
the
late?
ramp.
That might be.
You remember how we were talking before the game, and I was like,
I'm
just
like-
be ready for the worst case scenario, a 5v5, if you want to run this strat and know how you're going to do it. And then
I'm
sure
like
enough-
right before. Josh, we're going on the second flash, right? yeah.
So
we're
the
going on
flash
second
comes,
flash.
and I'm
This
just
is
waiting
one
in the
flash,
smoke.
everyone's going.
We're
I'm like,
what?
wait, guys.
No, I waited 2 seconds before I started going because I thought the second flash was like already in
Yeah, I
transit.
thought it
And
was
it's like,
coming
oh,
too.
okay.
We should find somebody to blame.
Yeah, I'm so down.
I'm
One
down.
person.
One.
It's James. It's your fault. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
don't
should
you
have had us
prepare us
better.
Like what?
Gosh.
We should be watching the
They
higher.
boot wouldn't.
Yeah.
Top guy.
6-1 feels reset, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like you can pull out all the gimmick stops on Dust 2, especially if you haven't played the team before that you're playing
G2
against.
is all about it. Too.
Yeah, like there's
And-
just so many gimmicks you could run that it's just like you could do a new gimmick every round, and there's no way to like really like account for it as a T. You just have to go really slow and methodical and do everything by the book. But you're really telegraphed when you do that type of stuff.
But that's actually something like existing teams have done on Dust 2 for like the longest time. Like they'll actually just go running after you pretty much like into T territory.
Yeah.
Like if it's like aggroing in through exit into upper or actually just sneaking in mid. Happy to do so.
Why, Kenny? Yes.
Why?
Why? There's 30 seconds left.
Oh no.
He did do a lot of damage, so you're wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he did damage with the nade.
it was a
so why
smart
not?
play
Because if
it
he
did a lot
had
of
done it
damage.
half
It
a second
worked. They won the
later, he doesn't
round,
get
right?
absolutely just demolished by it. Yeah, nice.
You hear their comms. It's Smith.
But like,
Plants,
what's
beats,
the
beats.
purpose of doing that? Like, if he had naded from the site, safety from the
Yeah.
site, and naded, how is that any worse?
Because
Right?
he
I
doesn't
mean-
get as many eco frags.
Oh well.
That's true.
No,
It's- so
here's
if
the
you're not
next
doing
level
that-
thing. Like Body hasn't really gotten into the game yet, right? He's sitting at 2
Look,
frags right now.
He was trying to nade deep as well. Like he wanted to nade deep down the steps.
But I think what he wanted to do was just be the decoy, right? So Body can get a couple of easy eco frags.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wow, he's so
next level.
selfless.
Exactly. Perfect.
I never
teammate.
thought about it that way.
Shox
There
is
you go.
15-0, man.
He definitely doesn't need to have eco
He has
frags fed to him.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he already
had it.
has had that happen. So
Yeah.
You know, Shox actually goes to the barber once a week though.
His
I
hair
can
is
believe
immaculate.
That. Yeah. I mean, you spoke about Malik's facial hair, right?
Yeah.
Not that much worse on.
Yeah,
Shox
Shox is
either.
world renowned.
I think they get the appointments one after the other by the same guy.
They actually go together. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of risky to do that at this point in the round. I feel like they could have just run out mid to B and popped him.
At 130, at
was it,
140, they have to
Uh,
be booking it fully.
well, it's not like he was looking up at like suicide or anything, right?
True.
Speed alley.
I guess he's hedging on the fact that it's 7-1, and people usually don't do that unless they're us.
Yeah,
Again.
maybe. We do it a lot. We're gonna get punished next time we try it. Or we're gonna have Wardell go to green box and pick that guy. Like
I have a
booger.
question for Tommy. So
Mhm.
did our game look like this bad and then we started coming back? Was it
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yikes.
No, I disagree with that. I feel like we had a lot of close situations that we just screwed up in the mid round or post plant
Yeah.
on both Train and Cash.
That doesn't make it for a more pleasurable viewing experience necessarily, though.
But I'm not
I'm just
saying
saying.
about like a pleasurable viewing experience. I'm just saying like these rounds are pretty one-sided
Yeah.
for
No,
G2,
no,
right?
Train wasn't like
Close.
this. Your Train was fine today. Like you had the big
Cash
lead
looked
from
pretty
pretty much early
sketch,
on.
huh?
Cash looked pretty much like this, and Train yesterday looked exactly like this.
10-0?
Oh god,
11-0.
It was
11.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
11-0
yeah.
and then 11-4.
4.
I remember that round we lost when you crept out and killed the guy top blue. The fact that we lost that,
That's
I
insane.
think everyone went.
Oh, no.
It's like
Not a good sign.
Just deflated.
Wait, how did we lose that one? I don't.
I think Jason tried to come out Ivy too early because Breeze was looking for
Yeah,
you
he
because you
was-
killed a guy and they
Mhm.
know you dropped off quad. So it's like an easy angle for him to kill Jason.
And I think it was Z.
Yeah, and it was
Oh,
just
no.
like getting way too ahead of ourselves. Stanislav being able to save the AK-47 consolation prize.
Huge kill.
Going into the next round, are they going to force buy around this no significant spawn other than the guy towards long?
They haven't tried a B rush yet,
So depressing.
Because G2 keeps playing 3 towards long at the start of every round. I wonder if like compLexity did like one guy faking long and then 4 of them trying to go B.
Shox almost has more kills than all of compLexity combined. Jeez.
I love how you're finding more and more negative stats to portray.
I'm
complexity
all
here.
over it,
You've
man.
gotten really into the spirit here.
Gonna have to.
They
focus.
missed a molly. They missed a molly right there.
Yeah, didn't practice that one.
Remember when we missed the smoke on Train? We're trying to do a sandwich smoke and it bounces back off the wall and goes towards I. They
Oh,
did a
no.
deep
Oh,
Ivy
no.
smoke.
He
They're
thought it
pushing
was
Ivy.
Yo, Matt, can you get ready for your smoke? No, dude, they smoked deep Ivy. It's Kenny's.
Josh, they did your smoke that you found.
We thought they were so smart, but they were lost.
I'm trying to find the right time to do that smoke in a match too.
Yeah.
Not
It's so
yet.
easy to line up, but it's just like
You know when I would do it is right before you like do
an inner push.
no, right before you want to clear that angle box out where the T will hide Ivy. Right? So
Okay.
say that like you just kind of walk up Ivy and it's like they're not really doing anything early. Maybe you throw that smoke and then you clear wide on the aim.
The smoke does land pretty quick too.
Guys, it's the second test of the Smith's
Ooh.
existence.
Well,
We need
this
to-
is what you
Prime
wanted,
position.
Josh.
Well,
You
weapon
got
round.
3 deagles
Against
and a
one
scout
person with
trying
armor.
to entry through tunnels. That's so.
They ran out of
Yeah.
shots.
And no smokes or flashes. Like,
They could triple boost and peak this.
This is the worst call.
Ooh.
But
no,
see,
they're just
the
gonna
pit-
walk in and walk contact. Like, okay, here's one,
Oh,
here's 2,
look at
here's
it.
3,
Oh, team
look at
kills.
and
Look at
nope.
that individual skill
What an
shining.
atrocious call.
It's pretty bad. I feel like even like a dry mid to B would be more successful than that.
That was just bad.
Or like cat, you have
GG,
deagles,
guys. Type
DG and
GG.
Scout. Why don't you
That
do
would be great.
1 deagle lurk long, 4 up cat, just sprawling across?
Just
You got
peek
AKs and
something
deagles
else
or 1
before.
deag them. I feel like that would be
Good old
better.
tunnel.
I mean, they might be like at the same stage where you said just like, the only thing they haven't really tried is a B rush. So they were like, all right, let's check that off the.
G2 with a
The thing
4
is,
A
they
start.
didn't even show presence anywhere else. That's the thing. Is like they just hid in tunnels and then walked B, all 5 together
This
with
is
no
making
nades.
me
This is-
lose faith in humanity.
I wonder if G2's calling this because they just shut down B. Every time compLexity's tried to go B, G2's just absolutely spanked them, and compLexity's been showing that they want to go A lot, especially through long. I wonder if that's why G2 started with the 4A start, so they could get early cat control and long control at the same time.
Navi loves doing that. They do that so often.
What's that second smoke out mid for?
I bet it
Someone
was supposed to
unlike
go
me.
where Shox is currently
Yeah,
standing.
exactly. So it's straight up just a missed smoke.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Act like we should act like we don't ever do that right now.
Yeah.
Missing smokes.
Well, I mean, I never miss a smoke,
That's
so.
crazy.
I don't know about that.
When was the last time I smoked? I
I
missed
don't
a
know.
smoke.
Let's move on.
Why do you not keep track of it?
Oh wow.
Why
I
can't
don't
you
wanna
just
hurt your
recall that?
feelings. I wanna
Why can't
make-
you just recall
I
that
want
on
to
a
build
whim?
you up, make you feel
That's
better.
how this
Buttercup.
game is going. Where like pull the rotation correctly
Look at
from
Smiths.
G2 and they still lose the duel with the guy just waiting for the cross.
Oh, man.
Okay, one thing I will say that I like what Smith has done this game so far.
Yikes.
Dude, he's done
He's
well.
switching it up too.
He's played back plat for one of the rounds that they came B. The next round they came B heavy, he was like behind the barrels on the platform. The next round he was under the window. So he's played 3 different angles all 3 times coLexity did try to go B.
That's insane that he has the forethought to change his position each time he
Well,
plays
I
B.
feel like there's a lot of players that are just really rigid and need to just do the same routine every round. And it's like, I'm just going to go this spot because
Barrel and
it worked.
graffiti.
Hey, I played behind this headshot box this last round and I murdered them, so I'm going to do it again. Like, okay. And then they come out looking for them and just rip
I mean,
you.
listen, Smith's done really well this game. He's shut down B 3 times, basically.
It's Dust, too.
I'm surprised they keep doing upper B contacts.
Def is renowned as a pretty good
Oh.
scouter, though, to be honest. Like, I think he's pretty decent with it, and he shows it there, taking Kenny S's head off. Another thing, too, is that it's not as easy to nade mid for the cross anymore. They naded close door to try and cross, and it doesn't do the plume anymore. There's a very
Look
specific...
at
I
that.
think that's his
He's
first
gonna
spot.
kill everybody.
They
from
actually
Team
did the
Spawn.
nade one round. We saw it from Shazam's pop, and it was that big extra darker smoke
Is it because
So-
of the video settings of the?
of the observer.
Yeah,
Maybe, I'm not
it
sure.
might be.
You might
By
be
the
right.
way, coL's second round when it's going to be exactly the same, i.e. G2 just pushing everywhere.
And they somehow win this round, as we're talking about plumes. Plumes of smoke.
Well, this is what happens because
Like,
it
that
started
smoke
off by
is missed
G2. They peaked. First of all, they peaked mid, got ripped by the scout.
This
they
is
didn't
when I
peek.
get mad at
a
them.
second time, got wrecked by the scout.
They just took 1-by-1 duels because they're up 10-1. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we're winning. And
Let's
they
give
start
them
doing
4
dumb shit.
rifles. Hey!
Yeah. So
This
they
is-
start getting like ahead of themselves. Like, oh, we've already won this game basically. And this is when you need to stay disciplined and just be like, all right, what's been working for us? Let's keep doing it. Let's not like get ahead of ourselves.
That's
like-
actually the first round Chucks dies this game.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was close.
I think Buddy was actually the one who made the worst mistakes. It was still a winnable round because they hadn't picked up guns, and then he pushed through the smoke at long.
Yeah.
I love this.
Stands up to something he knows.
This is great. This could actually get them
Okay,
back
this
in
is
the game,
faster.
this change of pace.
Yeah.
Gorn window and upper B. Go, go, go.
And
Oh,
here comes
yeah.
Shocks
Yeah.
through the
On
mid smoke.
scaffold.
Oh.
That's
man.
position
He
number
is
4
on
right
lock.
there.
Man.
Because B's closed for business, guys. Stop going to B.
That's such an
If
old
they had
setup
gotten
too.
out mid 3 seconds earlier, which they could have, like if they just run straight out mid
Yeah.
without like stopping near the door
Yeah,
and like
then
mill-
that-
All the nades.
then they would have
was
won the
too
round
late.
because Shocks wouldn't have been
Also,
there.
like for somehow Stan didn't notice the nade coming from window, from his right side. Like he just didn't peek that way. Just ran right past.
Well, maybe like it was top right of his screen. He couldn't see it, and then he couldn't hear it because there was comms
Yeah.
going off. Like there were a few times where I looked like a complete idiot on like Cash or Train because I just
They
there were
missed them
people
all again.
talking and I just couldn't hear. Right? I don't know what it is, but it's
I
harder.
think people
than-
just need to learn that they should always yield to what you want.
No, I think it's just like it's just different than online because like, we're all in the same room and we're not wearing noise canceling, so it's like you
Yeah.
hear it in real life and on TeamSpeak, and there's like shit happening in the game. I
Yeah.
think it's just more difficult.
That was like
than-
when you were at White Box, right? As a
That
TD?
happened twice when I was at White Box, and I'm like calling like I hear this guy rotating off, and this guy running at me,
Z. Yeah, I
and I'm
saw
just getting calls of like
Zombie, there's
like
zombie, slow
some
down, slow
dumb
down,
shit.
slow
I'm like, oh, okay.
This is probably the most important round of the half for compLexity to this point because
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna get right. They won round 2 rounds
this
ago.
is game if they lose this
yeah,
round,
this is
basically.
Walk through that smoke, eh? Just walk through it. What could go wrong?
Yep, not gonna happen.
oh they're clearing it out.
Ooh, they could do a gangbang though.
Yeah.
Gangbang being an execute up cat with
That
smoke.
smoke.
Of course, of
Just to
course.
clarify here.
Show us Kenny. Show us Kenny's
Family
POV.
show.
There we
Wow,
go.
Shocks playing those boxes near elbow. Get the first kill. Guy drops off. I don't think he was spotted.
no,
this
Kenny
could be a
didn't see him.
problem.
Double
Dude, wait, I'm
sight.
flanking. Oh, they know. Shocks
Oh, they know.
sniffs him out, and Kenny. That's all it comes down to Shazam. This is
That's a big yikes.
It's just been a slaughter.
Yeah, this is pathetic.
To be honest, it hasn't even felt like compLexity got to run anything. Like they've kind of just been picked off almost all
Yeah,
rounds.
I don't even want to watch this last
They
round. I'm
did
gonna
get to
up.
run
I'll
that
be
mid to
back.
B last round, but they just didn't do it well.
Yeah. No, I mean that was the one round where they played pretty fast. Like instead of letting G2 pick them off, they kind of just went into whatever it was that they wanted to do. They actually got to execute, but
I wonder how much that missed corner smoke on their long rush early in the half screwed them, because usually like being able to take long and take that fight is like I feel like it's a cornerstone of a T side, right?
They won the long take 0 times.
Yeah.
This entire
That's
half.
bad.
Also, it does really seem like they just wanted to go to Smiths and Existence and B, because like you normally don't go to B that often. I don't think. Like just like straight up B, not even like B splits.
I agree.
And obviously that didn't work out at all, not the least.
It's kind of like Mirage. Like you tend to end more rounds at A.
Yeah.
It just seems like in general. I don't know how true that is. It just seems that way.
Where's the corner
That
smoke?
looks good. Looks well thrown. See if it hits. Yep.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, they're taking the Shoxy route through the smoke.
No.
Yikes.
So all
I feel like
No.
there's a lot of
How many flashes were thrown?
Flash.
Please,
there's
please.
a lot of flash not used. They're like all trying to jump it.
Ooh. Winnable. Look where the. Why is the bomb?
It's at B. Oh, that's
Just don't worry about
So
it.
honestly, I can't tell if G2 looked really solid or if complexity just like
I think
weren't
it's
even on the
both.
server.
Yeah.
I actually think it's both because their setups on CT side, like it seems like they're playing like pretty good Counter Strike, like
The
having
only-
these bait setups and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it seemed like their setups and everything were good. It just like I do think one player shouldn't get 3 kills that often playing
Yeah.
a spot, and then also the long takes. Like, come on, dude. Like, you've got to be able to take long.
That's a good point. That might be like one of those like high pass filters for like, is your team doing poorly in this match?
How
Like,
many
does-
multi kills
yeah,
you're giving up?
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Particularly if you filter for like time, because like there's multi kills where like you get one duel every 10 seconds, and it's not quite the
Oh.
same as like
I see what
like
you're
actually getting 3 kills with a team
Within,
pushing
like,
aside
10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting.
But yeah, that was a super lopsided. I mean, complexity just not even in this game. This one really sums up like how the game went. Where, like Smiths has 10 health, he's mollied. You're like, oh well, this is easy
Smiths
now.
has been-
Then he somehow gets the second
So
kill,
good
gets
too,
the
man.
third
Bro,
kill.
Smith, I don't even think I've seen him get up from his computer once. He's been DMing the whole time the last
Sickening.
3 days. Like he's into it. This guy wants
Deserves
it.
I mean, honestly, I don't think he's been the problem in this G2 team. I think Body's been the worst player individually. And again, like I'm not sure if
I told him that before the match. I said, you've been terrible recently. He's actually a pretty big guy. I wouldn't do that.
wow, mid pick.
It's Shocks.
Aggressive push up mid, just hard.
Good luck
deny.
retaking B in a 3v5.
oh
2 to 13.
that
They run
flashes.
through the window.
How are
Desperation.
those flashes not getting body?
This does feel pretty
Poor
desperate
Def.
though.
What do you do in this situation?
So what you do now is you basically stop speaking. You take a timeout. If it doesn't carry to the next map, you spend some time just
Make them.
away from
Yeah.
the game. Then you hope to extend the break between the maps for as long as possible. Try to forget that this map ever happened,
That
and then
seems
go
legit.
into the second
Yeah.
map. Because there's nothing to take away from this one. if
Try to
you're
get as many
complexity.
rounds as possible, just to make them like work for it.
Yeah.
At least.
I mean, that's the problem. Is like, even if you get
3
rocked in the
scouts.
first half, in the
Yeah.
second half, if you at least win a couple,
Yeah,
you
you
start
can get it
feeling like
rolling,
you're getting
yeah.
back into the game. But this has just looked rough.
Yep, that's
Just the 2-bullet
Outta
from
there.
Kenny S.
Well, this was G2's pick, though, so, it is
Yeah.
calls.
They seem
calls
more
be
prepared.
coming up. Yeah.
their reactions on CT, like retaking long, their setups at B.
That whole missing the smoke in warm up.
Yeah,
that
that
was
all
just
paid
to
off.
lead us wrong.
It all
This is
paid
baiting
off.
us.
Yeah. We were trying to find the molly for doors, James. He was
From
throwing
car?
one. He
The
was
jump
throwing
throw.
one from the
The
jump
jump
throw.
throw
That's
is. I like the one that I
Off
saw
the pole?
Fragsters doing it a lot, where they have a guy who stands on the front of the car,
Yeah.
and then another guy jumps up on the backs of the car, and he runs on his buddy's head, and he just does a run throw,
What?
right? And because the car's kind of high, it allows him to go up on his buddy's head without, and it slightly gets him even higher.
14-14 major
It's the
final. Do you do that?
fastest. Yeah, it's the
You
fastest.
miss
way.
the run boost, you lose the
But it's
match.
not a run boost. He just
I'm
stands there, and you just get onto his head, and you just release it.
True.
Nope.
But 3 scout might pay off.
Nope.
They're just like,
They could lose this round.
yeah, they're just like running out long. So
Yeah, they could lose this round. That's.
They're all backing
No
off.
utility.
Oh, look
They're
at
all
this guy
backing
coming up,
off.
Cat. Who is this?
he's winning them the round.
Is that Body? Oh,
It's
Body.
his time. It's his time.
It's our guy.
It's coming.
Come alive. If he died there, I would have died.
I would have felt bad.
Actually, I'm more impressed that he recovered from that. than
Body!
Oh, look at
like,
that.
put it around, dude.
Body's in the game,
doing it.
boys.
Body's
Let's
working
go.
overtime. Not a song. Oh,
Well, he got the job done. That was looking a
think-
little shaky there.
You think he's the one that found the wallbang on cash into the body wallbang?
didn't he name his op like 146 or give to
149?
Kenny
Yeah,
or
I remember. I
something?
love this wallbang, dude. How do you find that? That's actually sick.
Yeah.
I feel like those are never the play. It's always like Jordan used to have so many things like named after him in
Yeah.
1.6, and it was always fans who messaged him like, "Yo, I found this thing. Like,
And
try this
yeah,
out."
that's the
It's
worst
never the
thing.
player.
That's
It's
the worst
always
thing.
someone else.
And
who just
somebody's
wants
at
to-
home like,
yeah,
Those
Oh,
are the
exactly.
worst because the guy that actually found it, he's like, dude, I swear I found it, dude. I swear it's not him.
Now he's just a crazy that
Yeah.
just wants to be like riding the coattails of some spam.
Ooh.
What?
Shad.
That was sick.
If they come back and bring this to overtime and win, I'm done.
Can you elaborate on being done?
Like, I would just be beyond belief if they came back and took this overtime and won them out.
All right, so triple scout is apparently the way to go.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Well, I mean, this is the chance for them now to like at least win like 2 or 3 more rounds. Feel like you're starting to warm up, get a
like the
couple of
ni-
kills.
It's like the nightmare.
Oh.
You see shocks going off.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that. That's probably why they were calling B contact because he's playing long, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, we don't want to go there.
I mean, to be fair, if we're being objective about it, I mean, if you have it's like playing Navi on Mirage, right?
Yeah.
One bomb site has, Flamey, Electronic, Simple. The other one has Edward and
Yes.
Zeus. You're kind of leaning towards that bomb
Actually,
site.
remember we played them on Mirage. We were going to A a lot.
You won Mirage,
Or-
right?
Yeah,
In
we
that
won
series?
Mirage. I
Yeah.
think we kept going to A.
Well, Navi did kind of catch up to the fact that people were trying to abuse
Yeah.
that B bomb site, so they would just like do it a couple of times at the start and just show us like,
Oh,
yeah, it's still
no.
Zeus and Edward here.
Yeah, I mean,
and
they
then
also
Simple
start.
shows up.
They also start cheating towards B a little bit
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, yeah.
rotation,
Simple goes
like playing a
Marquette
little
and stuff
closer.
Like that, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's gonna have a lot of
It's so
info.
confusing to me because they had the player name in white now instead of like the team color.
Yeah.
Like I just looked at the weapon and like someone walking towards someone. Like, wait, is someone from G2 out mid? Please, Valve, color it back.
Yeah, he's pushing off Cat.
By the
It's
way, if
probably around
G2
there.
now win this round, that's like that. Ooh. Okay, they're not.
Big,
They're
that's
not.
Big.
No, Big's already done playing for today.
That's true. Is that last match of the day? Yeah.
Yeah,
This is, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
Dude, that was a sick shot.
that actually was.
Like, if you looked at that from Ye's POV,
That's probably annoying.
Yeah.
He's probably upset.
that's one of the, where like you hear him running at you
Yeah.
and you're like, wait, what?
Dude, he's gonna win this.
Would be very fitting for the game.
Wouldn't surprise you with the
Oh.
way he's playing.
The little jump.
We had to jinx it.
The little jump.
Are they gonna save or are they just gonna buy until the game's
Probably
over?
going to save. Maybe get like Deke, no armor.
French players, they're gonna force, dude. I'm sure.
They
If it
slightly
was
are
2015,
incentivized.
they would
They
force
would
for
force
sure.
for sure, dude.
Now it's at least a debate.
Yeah.
What? What?
Oh, what?
You got Glock entered, son.
Get-
No header,
Yeah, he
right?
didn't buy
Can we get a
armor?
replay?
That's insane.
By Smiths.
What does that mean?
What?
So what does that mean?
Well, like,
I
because, dumb people that don't really watch the game just look at stats and, oh, Smiths is
Smiths
bad, right? Like,
Yeah.
so if I say buy Smiths, it's seemingly making
all
it
get
seem
it.
even worse to get entered. It's like, oh, man, this guy sucks. He's a pro, but he sucks somehow.
You go on shocks and Kenny. That's pretty scary.
That's so funny. He's the only guy who didn't have head armor. Poor Ye.
So, by the way, his deaths 2 rounds in a row. First, he's on Cat. He gets one bullet hit by running shocks, and then
Oh,
that
damn,
happens.
that
How long?
happens.
He's definitely not getting the. It started on such a high with the previous round too. He got those
Yeah.
2 AK kills, like
That was it.
finally
They're
getting
coming
in.
back. He's
yeah.
gonna shot for 30, and then
And now those 2 deaths, and it's just like,
oh.
That
Dude, what
was
the
like
hell
one
is
of the most
going on?
insane triple peaks I've ever seen.
Dude, Shox is playing really
Oh, man.
Shox is playing so well.
God, his hair looks so good right now.
Is there a correlation? Have you done the work to find out?
Yeah.
It might be the source of his power.
That was a 6 shot. 25 and 6.
Jesus.
How would you measure
Oh,
the quality of his hair on any given day? Is it like the symmetry factor? Is it the
It's equal.
boldness of the
Besides equal.
coverage?
I think I would, you start off obviously by taking like a picture, to measure. And then over time, you'd look at what the
And
average
compare.
of those pictures on
Yeah.
how big the variance is
Okay.
from the average.
Oh, so you
I think
associate
that's the
score with what it is.
Oh, we just missed the replay, actually.
Oh,
you
that's
saw
what
it?
it was. I think statistically, that's how you do it. You look
Yeah.
at the average and then how far from
That's
average
funny.
it is that day. We could get the BTS guys on that for tomorrow, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
We'd
Hard
have to
tag
have
at
the
50.
same lighting, same control,
Listen.
background.
I'm sure we can get that done.
Do you correct for whether or not his skin is more tan?
Imagine
from
someone actually putting money on G2 at this point, where you get 1 times your money back.
And that feels a
You
bit.
get no return.
pic- No comment.
James got multiple bets
Thanks.
going on.
Body's working overtime.
I actually made one godlike bet a long time ago when CSGO Lounge was active. It was when Fnatic was in their nutty era. And it was a land match between Nip and Fnatic, and Fnatic was favored like 90-10, and I'd put a bunch on Nip, and I made like so many skins. It was one of the greatest days of my life. Just getting a bunch of Op Asimovs and just drooling over it.
Betting is actually really fun, but then Valve came out with that rule where you're not allowed to bet, and then ruined it all.
Yeah, I liked it when our match servers got DDoS on the daily.
Good times, good times. It was really, you know what, Josh? It was even more fun being the guys having to cast that because you guys had one match to play. We had 8 best of ones to get through.
All of them lagging. That's
Then
insane.
having to fill like 2 hours of chit
That was like
chat talking about
2014 when that was
benches on-
happening, like every
Yeah.
single
On Inferno.
game,
It was
where
pretty
like you
regular in
literally
2014.
could never get through an online.
That's
This
insane.
game's over, by the way. They're ending B, and they think it's going to be an A execute.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do we have to eat?
The panda's
Oh, no. Is it getting taken away?
Yeah, it's pretty much out. That's why I went to go eat.
Run now.
Save me some? I haven't had any. Thank you.
Oh, guys, now we know why compLexity is losing. Shazam's over there.
Yeah,
Oh.
it all makes sense.
God.
It all makes sense now.
No. It might.
Oh, what?
No.
How did this? Oh.
How is this happening?
Locked in.
That's it. I jinxed it.
Nice.
Well,
It's
Caster's
me.
curse, isn't it?
If you have one person to blame, it's me here.
There's the comeback. There is the comeback.
Someone defusing?
2 AKs, 2 ops, well equipped.
Doable. Couple rounds at least.
You know, Shox actually has his barber do his eyebrows as well.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Seen it.
You watched?
He told me at
Like
an
you
after
stopped and you were like, I'm gonna watch this.
He told me at an after party.
Okay.
That's when all the pros talk.
You have a lot of barber facts from G2, it seems.
Yeah, well, they like
Is
to
there
talk.
a cheat sheet?
They like to
Dude,
talk. It's
Shox
like when other people have sex and get tattoos.
Sure, there's a reference.
That's-
Reference
yeah, it's
buried
an-
in
it's
there
more of an
somewhere.
That's an
thing.
inside joke in our team. We like, cause does anyone on our team have a tat?
I don't think so.
Right, so we're like a non-tatted team.
Well, I
so
mean,
we
not
kind of
that
make
it-
fun of people who have tats. We're like, oh, you must be like really good at fighting or have had a lot of sex if you have tats. Like you're like really hardcore.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a knob.
Any like literally, I feel like any guns you have, you could hold a B retake somehow if you play it right. This is scary. And there goes body, throwing it all away.
Deagle.
Throwing his body
Can you
away.
just say this is an impossible round for Shox to win?
This one?
It's a test.
Is that
Ca-
what Henry G would say?
No. It's just because whatever.
Unless they make
If
an
you
absolute
say it,
blunder.
Whatever
It's a
he's saying
jinx,
doesn't
yeah.
happen. So can we just see if he actually has
There's no
control
way
of
he
the
wins this.
simulation?
This is an impossible round to win.
There
Or
For
For
whom?
whom?
For Shocks.
it might have been a
Oh, dude,
delay.
he's
You might have to say it one more time, but like,
Maybe it didn't
wanted-
work because
I wanted him to win.
'Cause you
so
told me.
sad.
It was too broken
Yeah,
up.
'cause
It
it
was
was
too
forced.
broken
I'll
up.
just say
it was forced in 2P. Like it.
yeah.
Some
Probably didn't
multi-parter.
count. Come on, G2. Don't let complexity back into it. It's going to make the next
Don't
map
even
harder.
give them momentum, yeah. Just don't. I don't know why you would want them to have momentum.
Why, dude?
Why would you let them win these rounds?
Where's that corner smoke?
That's a good long take. At least the flashes.
Oh, that late flash was sick. 3v3.
Nice, KS. That was worth.
Yeah.
Subroza would already be on platform and
Literally
BST right
be
now.
behind all
He'd
the-
be under window.
I would have run straight
How
down
did he
mid up
get
cat,
there? Yeah.
knife out.
Okay, 3v3.
Fair reaction.
Still
retaking
pretty
cat.
fair.
I
Who's
like
the
it.
who's the player in B tunnels?
Ooh,
Smith?
Smiths.
Ooh, that's the game right there.
it's
Yeah.
immediate.
Next map.
Smiths is
He's
ready
gonna
for it
get wall
because
banged
Smiths
by
would do
Ye.
the same
Watch.
play.
He's got all the smokes and
Got
everything.
all the nades.
They're gonna go A with the
Flash
bomb when
over.
Smith sees one person.
Oh,
He's
bomb
got one
gets
tap.
dropped.
Oh my god.
How does that happen?
I said the game's over. Oh man. I'm done.
All right. Well, body can still find at least Yay.
Body's
Nice.
working overtime.
Oh.
The knife. Oh no.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
ideal.
He's used to this.
Why
though.
would
this
he
is what
take
you
that?
DM.
Why is he doing that?
This is like getting shot in the back in a DM on Dust 2. He's prepared
He's
for
getting-
this.
Yeah.
Why prefer?
Oh, that.
Ooh.
No. Yay is back.
The third kill was pretty sick.
I'm not saying anything. Done.
Yeah, he just ate body like a burrito bowl.
Can we go to default stats on the scoreboard just to see where everybody stands?
Is this where we point out, since James kind of dropped the ball here, say that Existence hasn't gotten a frag on
You
the
jinxed
second
him
half?
too.
He
That's your
hasn't?
fault.
No
Not a
kills?
singular one?
Not a singular one.
Well,
Since you said that.
Well, maybe he's just being like a selfless IGL and helping set up his teammates.
There we go.
He's got his quota
There we
for the
go.
day. He's
Yeah.
saving the rest of them for the second map because it's just not needed anymore here.
Second
Yeah,
map's
watch
Inferno,
you
right?
go to OT. Watch you go to
Inferno?
OT. Yeah. And I think Cash was third. Was it Cash?
Yeah. All I remember is that the maps were all associated with F1 race car peaks.
F1 race car peaks.
Just wide
Elaborate.
swinging maps where you just, you know, get easy map control,
Cash.
aim battles.
That's a new term.
Yeah,
I
I gotta
had not
I
heard
gotta
of it.
stay current with what all the youngins are saying.
I mean, listen, this is the platform to start embedding these sayings
Yeah.
into the scene. So if you got more, feel free to go.
Yep.
By the way, for as good as G2 looked in the first half, now it just seems like they've taken 2 timeouts, which is, you know, like that's fine. Like
Yeah.
go ahead, but like now they don't seem
They're
at all
losing
confident.
tilting rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, like on
Like this looks like the G2 that I've grown accustomed to over the past couple months.
But here's the thing, though. Like on multiple maps, G2 again, who are meant to, you know, find their strengths and strategy and teamwork and everything, they don't really do too great of a job on T sides, just in general. So is their CT side carrying them through, at least up to this point?
Don't peek above that.
Well, the thing is, as counterintuitive as it seems, I actually think like if you're a super tactical smart team, it's a lot of the time easier to be good on CT side, because on CT side, like relative to others, people don't always have like insane setups and lots of things to fall back on, and you have more control to execute that because you
All right.
usually get to run that early round.
Existence
James.
decided to break the deadlock.
Yep.
Say something, James. Jinx it.
oh
Jinx
God.
it. There's no way he wins this.
Oh God.
There's no way he wins this.
Stick to the fuse.
Who's
No one
gonna win it?
peeks.
Oh, dude,
Body!
Oh, body.
Well, that was G2's map pick, so
Yep.
expected? Question mark.
Yep. I call it. I said G2 because they
Well done, dude.
G2 like D2, G2.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
the closest.
There's a lot of thought put into
Yeah.
that.
I think that was the only thing that you said that wasn't a jinx.
James
I
didn't
agree.
say it. That's why.
Yeah.
If you said it, that was it.
Not too bad then.
Well, coL got back into it, so you know there's something to
yeah,
look forward
I mean,
to
they
in
can
the
feel a little
second
bit
map.
good about what happened,
Yeah,
at
warmed
least.
up.
First half was really rough.
We should
though.
try and call what the complexity's pistol strats are going to be.
Oh.
I bet you on
On
T
Inferno?
side they're gonna have a head stack at Broom, bottom banana,
Yeah.
and then I think that they're gonna try and push back Car and end in a
They're-
Halls pop.
They're gonna have 2 utility sets.
Yep. 2 sets of utility.
2 sets of utility, and then CT
And then one
side,
guy who buys nothing, so he gets a guaranteed AK.
CT side, they're either gonna do a B stack or an A stack. I don't know which. They don't know which yet either, though.
I'll
They
tell
haven't
you when
decided
they
yet.
know.
They're gonna
I'll
decide
tell you
when it's
they
freeze
know.
time. They'll decide.
Did you say that knowingly, the fact that they're walking behind you as you said it?
No. Were they walking
Just
around?
like
I was
trying
looking at James.
to influence
They're
them,
gonna
you know?
close their eyes and swipe their mouse across the
That's
mouse
cool.
pad, and whatever site they're pointing to, they're gonna go there.
Yeah, but first they have to put it to 3200 DPI and put their in-game sensitivity to 10.
Oh.
And
Sounds
then
fair.
they have a wireless mouse and they throw it across the mouse pad. One of the big like meter long mouse pads.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's go for a break. We'll be back
Sure.
in a bit for the second map.